Welcome to the all-new Viking Arena, Montgomery, Indiana, Barr-Reeve High School. The number one team in 1A plays the lone team that finished last year undefeated, the Panthers of Bloomington High School South. Thanks for joining us on ISC and Comcast 81. We are thrilled to be in Daviess County tonight, and we are courtside for the first boys varsity basketball game in this building. Alongside Bob Lovell, Greg Rakestraw with you. Thank you so much for joining us. And, Coach, your thoughts for this one tips off.
Well, it's great to be part of history, don't you think? I mean, give that some thought. Two storied programs. The coach with the most wins in the history of our state, and one of the up-and-coming coaches, one of the best young coaches in the state. And two teams that can play some basketball, Greg.
It's a Barr-Reeve team that is 1-0. They played their season opener against Vincennes-Reveille on Saturday, winning that one 75-26. Bloomington South lost their opener 2 Albany, 61-36 in a game that was a three-point game late in the third quarter. They have since bounced back to beat Milan and Bedford North Lawrence leading into this one. This is one of 4 4A games that Barr-Reeve will play this year. Bamba really is the lone rotational player back from Bloomington South, takes and misses an early three for the Panthers.
And clearly Bamba is going to be the go-to guy for Bloomington South. The two contrasting styles, Greg, offensively, you're going to see tonight.
And the 1A team has the size advantage, as evidenced by Hagen Knepp getting the opening bucket of the game. He's 6'3", but the star post for Barr-Reeve, going to play at Bellarmine University next year, is Kurt Hope, wearing number 42.
And he is a player who creates so many problems for you. He can step out, knock down three, he can score inside, he can rebound. And he is the hardest working kid they have. There's no question.
Bamba, baseline shot, gets the friendly roll. Joey averaging nearly 18 points a game. The 6'4 senior ties us at 2.
Well, you're going to see pressure from Bloomington South all night long. I mean, that's one thing that they're doing well. I know Coach Holmes is impressed with how hard they defend. You know, with the size disadvantage, you got to speed it up a little bit.
Spot up three by Miller does not go. The rebound controlled by Patrick Joyce. This is a Bloomington South team playing without some key pieces. It is a small lineup for JR Holmes. One player in the starting five, taller than 6 feet.
Yeah, and again, you know, you're looking at Joey Bamba kind of carry the load. This is a typical JR Holmes team. They'll run a lot of different sets, try and get some action to get Bamba early in the possession, and if after that, they're going to settle in and run some continuity action.
Connor Hickman is out for the season for Bloomington South. Shoulder injury, unfortunately. Young man's going to play at Bradley University next year. He and Bamba really were the two returning pieces. Trevor Taylor transfer from Edgewood. They hope to have him on Friday night. Bloomington South plays Southport. There's a couple of bigs they're hoping to get around Christmas time. So this may not be how this group looks once you get to January.
Well, it is a work in progress, but again, you know, they're going to get there. They got the best coach, one of the best coaches ever in our state. You see the 1-4, they'll run a lot of sets out of the 1-4 high, and they're going to take their time and not rush to get a shot.
It is worth pointing out, as that's a turnover against Bloomington South, it's the 4A team that wants to play at a more deliberate tempo than the 1A team tonight.
It is interesting because absolutely Barr-Reeve wants to be in a much quicker tempo.
So a 30-second timeout is taken by Bloomington South. Let's thank our presenting sponsor for tonight's telecast. That is the Daviess County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Local small business is the backbone of the Daviess County economy. Buying local and supporting local small businesses positively impacts our community. Thanks to all who support the Daviess County Chamber members. You make Daviess County a great place to live, work, shop, eat, and buy. Keep buying local in Daviess County. All right, early timeout from JR there. Was he trying to get across to his guys?
I think he's trying to get his guys just to slow down just a little bit. You don't want to be the classic play fast but under control. And then really kind of relax a little bit. You're going to get great pressure at the half court. So set screens, give them time. Don't get in such a big hurry.
Almost it is a steal. Sam Kostronic just checked in and got the turnover. First committed by Barr-Reeve.
Good timeout. You come out of a timeout and you force a turnover. That's what you like. And again, you're in 1-4, a different look out of a 1-4.
And Bamba, the offensive hub for this Bloomington South team. Only player currently averaging more than 7 a game. And catch and shoot 3, Bamba not there. Good job by Blackwell trying to keep it alive, but Miller comes out of there with it for the Vikings.
Well, Bamba just a little quick on it. They're going to run a little flex action. He just went a little too quickly.
Flex a staple of what Bloomington South does offensively.
Absolutely, no question.
JR Holmes in his 51st season. Kick in the corner, 3 for Miller. Not that time. Knepp couldn't keep it alive. And again, Kostronic will wait for his teammates to cycle through. This is Jalen Peck. Peck was kind of the next wave of guys from last year. 4 players returned that had some level of varsity experience. Blackwell back cut. Good job to wait for it. Waiting there to get the steal was Devin Graber.
Yeah, don't forget now, Bloomington South was as good as anybody in the state, and these guys were out there every day in practice going through it, and they've learned an awful lot.
Hope, top of the key, does not go. That would have been a 2-pointer.
That's a shot he can make. I mean, that's what makes him multi-dimensional.
There's a reason why he's going to a Division I level to play for Scott Davenport and Bellarmine next year. And yes, Bellarmine's now Division I. This is their first year as a Division I school. My guess is you coached us a few games at Knights Hall?
Yes, I did.
Just a guess?
Got cheated in most of them.
I knew you did. Anytime you went south the Ohio River.
You got to cross the river. There was no, you had no chance.
So we're on the right side of the river right now.
Absolutely.
Not surprisingly, a quickly played opening quarter. Just a bucket for each of these two teams. Yes, this new building has shot clocks. No, we will not turn them on tonight. Great patience being shown by Bloomington South.
Well, again, they're always going to come back to the 1-4 and get themselves set and try to go out of that. And you're going to try to, Bamba as a screener, he's a dangerous guy after a screen.
Roberts had it poked away. Fight for the loose ball. Knepp and Bamba tie it up, and the arrow points in the direction. A lengthy possession results in a turnover for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part about it, Greg. You're running your offense, you reverse the ball, you're trying to get things going, then you give one up on a turnover after all that work.
Noah Ransom will check in for the first time, a 6'2 junior, averaging 4 points per contest. Talk about the various levels of experience and talented players that are not back from last year's undefeated team for Bloomington South. The biggest discrepancy, 3-point shooting. Last year, that bunch, mid 40% the entirety of the season. This year, 27% for Bloomington South.
Well, you're talking with JR. I mean, he is frustrated because this team doesn't shoot the ball well. I mean, he knows that, and it's not easy to generate shots.
Shot taken and missed by Bryson Graber on the drive. Graber, normally a distributor. He did not score. In fact, he took just 1 shot in the victory against Reve, but he had 8 assists and 4 steals.
Well, he's one of those kids who is extremely important in what you're doing, and a tremendous pass-first type of point guard.
Joyce the rebound. Bamba lets fire. That does not go. Kostronic, the smallest guy on the floor, gets the offensive board, and you hear the appreciation from the Panther fans behind their bench.
Well, what you think about, too, here is that, the way that Bloomington South is controlling time is just making them a better team defensively by keeping the ball out of the hands of Barr-Reeve.
They have allowed 42 points per game so far this year, but in their 2 victories, they've allowed 30 and 35 respectively. Contact there, no call. Kostronic's 3 does not go, and now a foul is called on the rebound against Bloomington South.
Again, good possession, good shot, just didn't go. You can't underscore how important it is, Greg, if you're Bloomington South. Take care of the basketball. Don't take bad shots. You give the green light to Joey Bamba, who's just a little rushed right now. He needs to settle into his rhythm.
I realize I'm taking my life into my hands when I make a tempo reference for the team down US 50.
Right.
When I make a butcher ball reference, but Bloomington South is taking a page out of the Lagodi style, really slowing things down, and Hope turns it over.
When you have 4 starters under 6 feet tall and you're playing a team like a Barr-Reeve in their building, you need to be judicious in terms of your shots.
30-second timeout taken by Barr-Reeve. Let's thank our friends at the Indy Card Exchange, where they are actively buying collections from all eras of sports cards. Follow on Facebook and Instagram, or go to IndyCardExchange.com for more information and see how you can make money off of your collection. Again, Greg Rakestraw, Bob Lovell with you. Thank you so much to our ISC Sports Network crew, all the guys making the trip down from the Indianapolis area.
Yeah.
And thank you so much to Aaron Ash, Josh Thompson, Travis Madison, Jeff Doyle, all the folks here at Barr-Reeve who have been so gracious to welcome us in this evening.
They have. And the facility's beautiful. Obviously, they're understandably proud of what they have. And there will be days when it'll be jam-packed. I think everyone understands that. But this is a fantastic facility and one they can be very, very proud of.
This was a team that was supposed to have their traditional opener at the Hatchet House a couple of weeks ago against Washington. That did not happen because of COVID-19 concerns in the area. Originally, Barr-Reeve's the next game was also postponed. I believe it's supposed to be against Orleans on Friday night.
Right.
Barr-Reeve then was able to schedule, kind of move up a conference game with Vincennes Reveille and won that handily on Saturday to at least have one game under their belts before they played this game. We referenced the fact that Barr-Reeve is scheduling up this year. We will see them play against 3A North Harrison and 4A Carmel before the month is over here on ISC.
Well, I think they understand to play that great competition. Again, here you are, Bloomington South 1-4. So you get a little staggered screen opposite the ball.
By the way, Hope had to take a break. He's got blood on his jersey. So Thomas Kidwell is in to replace him. So no Hope. You see him being worked on the bench behind us as we speak. And South is potentially going to hold for one shot here. Do not mistake lack of achievement for lack of activity in the opening quarter. Both sides have a basket, and we're 7.5 minutes in.
Well, and it's been one of those situations where both teams are just, playing hard defensively on one another.
In a new school building, we got an old school game right now.
Well done. Well done.
Now at 10.
Well, you're going to Bamba.
Nice back cut. Basket by Patrick Joyce.
Well, Joyce just slips the screen. He gets the back screen and slips it and gets wide open.
In time, Knepp can't get it to go. 4-2. Bloomington South leads after 1 quarter of play. There'll be more offense, I promise, when we come back here on ISC and Comcast 81.
The new year is almost here, and it's time to count down to a new beginning at Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is Indiana's best higher education value, offering flexibility, career-relevant programs, and thousands of courses, including online options. Complete a degree or certificate and start working right away, or transfer your credentials and credits and save thousands on the cost of a bachelor's degree. Wherever you're headed in 2021, Ivy Tech is the place to start. Classes begin in January. Complete a free application today.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! The home of the Vikings, the brand new home, Viking Arena, here in Montgomery. Tonight's game presented by the Daviess County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. They want to say thank you for supporting local businesses and helping this community maintain its resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic. Shopping and buying local is a great way to support the Daviess County community and the Chamber members. Stay safe, be well, buy local.
One of the things coming in, Greg, when I talked with Coach Thompson last night on the phone, he said we cannot let Bloomington South dominate the time. And they did this first quarter.
3 goes up, does not go in for Noah Ransom. Put back one time, no. And again, Joyce gets another rebound, and this 5'11" and under bunch is owning the offensive glass right now.
Yeah, and you know what? You've got to remember, this is a 4A team that's going to play some really good basketball teams throughout the year. And I can't stress enough, these are guys who were out there every day going against Anthony Leal and others in the number 1 team in the state. So it's not like they don't know how to play.
Bamba can't get it to go. But yet, Joyce tracks it down. Bamba a little closer. Got it to go. Last 6 points to Bloomington South.
And again, they've controlled the tempo. They've controlled time. They're going to give you a little bit of pressure up front. They're going to pressure you in the half court. They're really good at what they do defensively at the half court.
Just one field goal so far for the Vikings. Reference those 4A games they have coming up. They'll play Jasper and Castle later in the year. Hope, good job to go get it. Put back won't go, but Kurt Hope will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Kurt Hope, again, we talked about all the things he can do for you. So, he gets a little ball screen and comes out of the ball screen. You see him in here. Again, the size advantage helps him. That's just good hustle because he gets that screen away out on the wing. He's got to hustle it up to get back to the glass, which he does.
Again, Kurt's story, well documented. Spent 2 years at Forest Park.
Right.
Led Forest Park as a freshman to the 2A state championship game where they lost to Oak Hill. Elected to leave and come to Barr-Reeve. Was not able to play varsity basketball last year. But Josh Thompson could not sing his praises enough for the role he played on last year's team and the attitude he had in practice every day.
Said he was the hardest working kid they had in the entire program, even though he's not eligible. And I think that addresses the type of character this young guy has.
So many kids would have left and gone elsewhere and not sat for a year.
In this day and age, yes.
He stayed. This is Blackwell on the handle with Hope on the guard. Low scoring, and that's perfect to the tune of Bloomington South.
Well, the one thing, if you're Barr-Reeve, you don't want to be impatient and get frustrated with the tempo. You got to play this tempo. You think you can speed it up and make it different? It's going to be very hard to do so. You have to settle in and play this way.
Looking low block, Bamba, and Bamba is fouled on the play.
Tough one.
Nepp will get called.
Just a little bit behind. Great idea to come around and go for the steal. Thought he had it. Dangerous pass inside.
Couple good looks at Josh Thompson on the sideline. He is 52-4 since taking over as the head coach at Barr-Reeve. State Finals his first year, sectional champs last year. Before that, spent time at Springs Valley, Wood Memorial, and Ben Sims Lincoln.
Well, he's won wherever he's been. That's the thing about him. And, the run they're on right now, he would be the first to admit that he's blessed to have some tremendously talented kids.
Ball kicked. Frankly, it is a defensive clinic that both these teams are putting on right now.
Well, obviously now trying to post up Joey Bama. You're trying to get him the ball inside. So you post him, and then if you reverse the ball, you can screen down, or you can back screen him. So, there are opportunities for him.
Just Peck on the handle.
You just love the patience of Bloomington South. And they haven't forced any shots. They know better than to force a shot. They understand what a good shot is.
Already, Bloomington South has held an opponent to under 10 points at halftime this year. They might just do it again. Peck can't get it to go.
Yeah, he's got a great shot. Tremendous look by a good shooter.
Nepp.
And see, here you are, tempo. If you can get out in the secondary break, Greg, and get some things going to maybe spark your ball club.
6'5", Nepp has both field goals. Nepp had 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in the victory against Rivet over the course of the weekend. And for all the things that Bloomington South has done well, they're leading by all of a point.
Well, yeah. Again, you have to avoid that frustration if you're Bloomington South. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And Bamba slipped.
Again, you talk about the concept of patience when you're running the offense. You also have to talk about patience defensively. You can't run out. You got to continue to stay in your base defense, and look what happens. Even sometimes they'll give you some unforced turnovers, but you can't reach, grab, run out of the defense. You got to stay patient in what you're doing defensively.
Well, JR Holmes' team, again, they don't have the natural talent or the jump shooting ability of last year's group. One thing they do exceedingly well, take care of the basketball. They are averaging under 8 turnovers a game.
Well, that's a hallmark of JR's teams. They're going to defend you, and they're going to take care of the basketball.
Great entry pass. Great seal by Nepp. Nepp's got 6. The Vikings lead by a point.
Begin to feel, obviously, the change because Barr-Reeve has hung in there defensively, gotten themselves going on the offensive end. They're being patient.
Bamba, tough shot.
Tell you what, that's why he's pretty good. Get a little separation with the forearm, get some space. Hope did a nice job, but couldn't defend that.
Joey's getting some looks at the Division II level about playing a year from now. Knapp with the left hand got hit on the way up, and Hayden Knapp will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Hayden Knapp, their leading scorer from last year, and probably their best on-ball defender, maybe their best athlete. You just know he's going to do things for you.
You and I have called so many Barr-Reeve State Finals over the years.
Right.
But I'm sure we have called a Hayden Knapp over the years. Hagen. I'm sorry. Hagen Knapp.
Hagen Knapp.
Sorry about that, buddy.
We've
had a lot of Knapps and Gravers and Swartz and Trubers
I mentioned
in our
off
time.
air before we started. I said, I look at this roster. I've seen these names in every championship game we've done.
They don't change. You and I have been lucky enough to be on the call of a lot of Barr-Reeve State championship games as Hagen goes 1 of 2 from the line. And it's 8-8 midway through quarter number 2.
The temptation now, if you're Bloomington South, is to try to speed up, and you got to continue to stay in your rhythm right here.
And note that Hope is guarding Bamba. Again, biggest kid on the floor. Not surprising me that he's guarding him 30 and 40 feet from the basket.
He is, and I think, more than likely asked for that assignment.
Blackwell on the bounce. Kostronic has made 3 threes this year. Neither team has yet to make one tonight.
Good, now you go back to your base. You go 1-4, get some action out of it.
And a reach-in foul going to be called. And this one goes against Devin Graber. Just the 3rd foul. Both teams committed all of 3 fouls so far in this game.
Well, and you know what? It's one of those situations where you didn't close out, and you see it right there. Devin Graber kind of loses his balance on the closeout and then reaches, commits the foul.
One of the phrases of this year is on brand. Bloomington South has stayed on brand. They've kept running their offense over and over again.
Well, they're just, I think they recognize, and it's a good call. Good call.
Offensive foul after the pass.
Again, here's Devin Graber just stepping in there. Kind of sensed it. So if you got to come to a stop or get yourself under control when you make the pass, and Devin Graber, you see him right there. Stuck his nose right in and drew the charge.
That foul is on Blackwell, his first, team 4th. Full court man pickup by the Panthers. I love the fact that JR Holmes is willing to come here to open this building. That's awfully cool.
That's all you need to know about JR. That's the kind of guy he is.
Bamba got him clean on the block. I think it was Joyce on the way up.
I think so.
Great entry pass to thread the needle, and Hope will shoot 2.
To go back, there's no better representative or booster of high school sports in our state than JR. And you just saw that. You just got him from behind. JR he's a basketball guy. Loves basketball, willing to help anybody to grow the sport, make it better. All the things it's done for him, he will tell you he gives back as much as he can.
Tonight's game presented by the Indiana Donor Network. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. There's no age limit or restrictions to sign up. There are more than 1,300 Hoosiers waiting for a life-saving organ transplant as we speak. So sign up today. Driven, the number 2. SaveLives.org. Pack no. Blackwell couldn't get it to go. And Kidwell snags the rebound for the Vikings.
Well, here's where that 27% field goal shooting gets you, Greg. When you've had some good looks that don't go.
Spot up 3 is good at the other end. Devin Graber connects on the game's first triple.
And you allow Barr-Reeve to get in a little secondary break, kick to the corner to a spotted shooter who can knock that down.
And the lead stretches to 5. So it is an elongated 11-2 run by Barr-Reeve.
Again, patience on both ends is a premium.
Bamba from the elbow, no. He got tripped up. Hope has the first dunk in the building for Barr-Reeve.
I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of those this year. And again, you like the patience of Jalen Peck, recognizing we can come down, slow down.
they're used to bigs running the floor rather well in this county.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the fears that Coach Holmes has coming into this. You got to stop transition. And you're a team that hasn't shot the ball well. And so you're going to get opportunities for your opponents to get out in the break. You've got to clearly take care of it and get people back defensively.
And South would like to hold for a last shot if they can, even though Barr-Reeve now has stretched the lead to 7. They have scored the game's last 8 points, have the Vikings. Not enough space currently for Graver, which is why Peck is saying, hey, just keep dribbling. He's doing just enough to break up that 5-second call.
Want to take a wild guess who we're looking for?
11 if possible, but you got to get to him in time.
Post him up if you can. Come off with down screen.
Bobbled, got it back. Ball has to go up. Finds a way. Does not go. And Barr-Reeve, it's been in a gritty style, has pulled out to a 7-point lead at halftime. 15-8 is our score. Hope with the finish here. We're back with more in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone? Anyone? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
For a second consecutive year, the MIC is back on the ISC Sports Network. 40 events planned, the entirety of the football and basketball seasons. Not to mention special events like the wrestling championships, the swimming championships, and other sports in all 3 athletic seasons. All 8 teams, all the state champions can be found right here. The MIC on the ISC Sports Network.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest fan. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com. The brand new home of the Vikings. The folks at Barr-Reeve have been wonderful. In fact, they just delivered dinner to me and to the crew as well. So, fellas, I'll be making deliveries to your location at the end of this contest as well. Greg Rakestraw, Bob Lovell back in a matter of moments, but we are very happy to be joined again by the man from the Daviess County Chamber of Commerce as well as Visitors Bureau. And in the fall, he is also known as the football coach at the high school down US 50. That would be at Hatchet Hollow. It is Joe Morris that joins us now. Joe, thank you so much for the time, and thanks for having us here tonight.
Hey, thank you for having me. How great is this? I mean, you look at the opportunity to be able to be with a Greyhound alum. Love you, brother. But what a great venue, a great game, and it's my pleasure as the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau for Daviess County is to bring you a taste of Daviess County.
All right, so the food that we're going to enjoy tonight is from where?
Tonight's food is from right here in Montgomery, Red Bones, and tonight was Taco Tuesday night. So all the fellas, you guys get a variety of tacos, you get their pizza, and I even brought my favorite from there, and that's the Philly steak and cheese.
So Bob and I will be well fed on the way home, but again, camera guys have been here all day. They're getting the food first, and Bob and I will happily take what's left. Your story is a remarkable one. Again, you went to the University of Indianapolis, played football there, really had kind of made a life for yourself in Noblesville, but you heard the siren call of coming home from both a coaching standpoint, but also from an economic development standpoint. So talk about what you do for the county.
So my role is the executive director of the Daviess County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. So I get the pleasure to work in advocating and promoting business throughout Daviess County, as well as tourism of all the amenities that we offer here in Daviess County. So that, for me, to be able to come back to Daviess County and to my hometown of Washington, to be able to do that, I'm a pretty lucky guy.
You are lucky to do what you do, but you also now have this amazing hurdle in front of you of trying to do it during a pandemic. How have you gone about trying to encourage the growth of business, knowing restrictions, et cetera, that are in place over the course of the last several months?
Well, I will tell you, at first it starts with our current employers, our businesses, and our community stakeholders and leaders in our community. It's a very resilient county. I'll tell you that, Greg. We carry the lowest unemployment rate in the state, 7 months straight. And the key to that is the fact that we have essential workers here throughout Daviess County. And whether it be healthcare, technology, whether it be the trades, agriculture, and food manufacturing, that has kept us where we are right now. We have some great amenities here. So with the new guidelines we all have to follow, it's really supported and helped some tourism in terms of our hotels are full every week, our occupancy rates are up, we're seeing great revenue in our innkeeper's tax in that area, but our recreation here, West Boggs, just right down the road, we have beautiful amenity there, and West Boggs did a great job this year in the adjustment there. We got Glendale and the fishery there. So for us, we found that we had some uniqueness there, and of course we have great food and great people. So it's easy to thrive when you're around so many great people.
And I can vouch for this, having made the drive down late this afternoon. It is so much easier to get to Daviess County than it used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago because of the extension of I-69, a nice and easy drive to get to Washington over the course, and then obviously on to Montgomery here for this evening's game. I wish we had more time, my friend. Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast tonight, and thanks for bringing dinner. Next time you're back my way, I'm returning the favor, okay?
Well, count on it. But we got more stops throughout the county. But I brought you Montgomery.
Yep.
And this is for you and your team, and we want to say thank you.
This is for the rest of Daviess County. Don't worry, we will be back. Joe Morris again, kind of join us at halftime. We'll take this quick timeout. Bob Lovell rejoins in a matter of moments. We got more basketball for you at the half in the first game at the all-new Viking Arena. Barr-Reeve leading Bloomington South 15-8. And you're watching on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
I'm counting on you to give me a burger with cheese.
Do I look like I work here?
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest fan. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! There you see the 4 state championships in Barr-Reeve school history. And yes, that last banner is updated. Let's see, I was on the call of that one. That would be November the 7th. So from 31 days ago.
Right,
The most up-to-date banner as far as state championships are concerned at Barr-Reeve High School. Greg Rakestraw, Bob Level, back with you on ISC and Comcast 81. 15-8 is the score. Barr-Reeve leading Bloomington South. Overall impressions, Bob, of this first half?
No surprise, Greg. I think we knew it was going to be tempo. I mean, it's a Barr-Reeve team that likes to extend the court and get up and down in transition. It's a young and undersized Bloomington South team that's going to control tempo, and that's exactly how it was. Barr-Reeve was able to get in some kind of rhythm off some turnovers and rebounds and get in their transition game, as you see, and going to the rim. Worked hard. I think the big thing was they were patient. Barr-Reeve was patient, not trying to speed the game up too much. They took care of the ball, started to get the thing inside out and make some shots, and that always cures most of your ills, Greg.
You've been here before, where you've had a team that, you love how hard they play.
Right.
They do so many things right, but if you're not making jump shots, it's a struggle. So if you're JR Holmes, how do you go about fixing that in half number 2?
Well, I think the one thing you try to do is that you keep their spirits up and tell them they have to continue to work defensively. And we have to try to score off our defense. We have to try to force some turnovers in the open court. We have to try to get some things maybe, off the rim if we can. But the other thing is be patient at half court. Don't force. Just continue to believe in the tempo, and it'll find its way.
On the flip side, how you feeling about your team's effort in half number 1 and overall performance if you're Josh Thompson?
Well, I think you're pleased with how your kids responded to the tempo. They didn't get out of their game. They didn't rush through the defense. They didn't commit silly fouls. They didn't turn the ball over. They settled in. They did the things they have to do. They've got a little bit of a lead, but they have to continue to understand that we have to play this pace. They can play this pace at the half court and do well.
We referenced that last banner for Barr-Reeve volleyball, by the way. Coach Thompson knows a thing about that. His daughter, JC, part of the key components of that Barr-Reeve title team for head coach Amber DeCourcy.
How cool would that be as a father?
Even cooler, Josh was the color analyst for the radio broadcast of the Volleyball State Finals here in Montgomery. Graber's 3 does not go. Knapp fights for the loose ball. Bryson Graber will track it down. Gets fouled on the drive, and Bryson Graber will shoot 2 free throws.
Greg, think about it. The great cure-all in our sport is made baskets. You talked about it earlier. Frustrating that Bloomington South is like 20% from the field. But when shots go in, you get a little step, you get a little energy in your step. You play a little harder. Now you're coming up with those loose balls. First quarter, Bloomington South got all the long rebounds, got all the loose balls. Things have changed since then.
For Graber, that is his first 2 points of the season. Again, he is the distributor, is Graber. 8 assists in the season opener. We talked about the defensive prowess of Bloomington South in their last 2 wins, allowing 35 and 30. How about Barr-Reeve? They've allowed 34 points all year so far through a game and a half.
Right.
And this is a major step up in competition from their first opponent. Not to mention enrollment going from Revay to Bloomington South. And it's a South team that is missing some key components, some pieces they hope to add as the season goes along. But one they know will be out for the remainder of the year in Hickman. 3 for Blackwell is good, and Bloomington South sure needed that.
But they did, and again, stay the course. Like I said, you just have to have faith in what you're doing, and go ahead and continue to battle through it. Things will happen for you.
Hope lets fire, and now it is suddenly raining threes. Hope was 1 of 4 from three-point range on Saturday. That's his first of this one. He's got 8.
Well, the problem if you're Bloomington South, you can't come down and knock down a shot and then come down and give up an easy 3. But we're going to trade him right now.
Back-to-back buckets.
I guess we're fine with tempo.
It is a flood of three-pointers right now. And in 2 possessions, Bloomington South nearly equaled their first half output. Hope, again, just bigger than everybody else on the floor.
Yeah, but
knocks it down. He's got 10.
Also quick to the rim. On that second one, the first one he got, the miss, quicker than everybody else to the ball.
22-14 our score. Already 7-6 in this quarter after it was 4-2 in quarter number 1. Blackwell, again, who was kind of a role player last year, got some varsity minutes. Unfortunate to pull that one off of his foot.
Yeah, and again, you can ill afford to have turnovers in a game where you're down 8, playing a team bigger, a little bit stronger, playing at home.
I don't think the clock stopped properly.
Yeah.
Let's take off a couple of extra seconds.
Good call.
This game has been awfully well officiated
it really
tonight.
has. And you know what? The other part of it, too, is these officials will tell you, it's kind of easy to officiate a game like this when both teams are playing as well the way they're playing.
Right.
No silly fouls, no reaches, no grabs. You know, they both played it clean, and it's a testament to how well these guys are coached.
Little back pick for Hope. Nice spin. Got hit, and Hope will shoot 2.
Well, just a great pass. I'll tell you what, the pass by Bryson Graber was the big key. I mean, he makes a great pass into the post. You'll see it. Hope is already has the ball. Great spin move inside where there's not a lot of space. Able to get to the line.
Today's game presented in part by the Davies County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Local small business is the backbone of the Davies County economy. Buying local and supporting local small businesses positively impacts our community. The Davies County Chamber of Commerce, they want to thank the community for supporting chamber members. Davies County, a great place to live, work, shop, eat, and buy.
A nice little offense. You've got a little 4 out, 1 in, and your 1 in happens to be Kurt Hope.
Yeah,
I like the looks of it.
And Barr-Reeve lost just 1 time last year. It was to their rivals in Lagodi. Lagodi returns the favor here January 15th. And then likely to see each other again come postseason time. Lagodi has yet to lose. Joyce for 3 does not go, and Knepp had inside position, and Bamba is called for the foul.
Yeah, Joey Bamba's got to know that they need him on the floor, and he can't make those kinds of fouls. You see him here. Great position. Absolute solid position inside by Hagan Knepp.
And talking with former Southport head coach and current Bloomington South assistant Kyle Simpson, that Joey's getting some D2, D3 looks.
Right.
Where do you see as kind of the proper position level for him in small college basketball?
Well, I think he's getting those looks. I think he's even getting some lower Division I looks.
Knepp from the elbow.
I think he's in that range because he's at 6'4" and can shoot it, and I think that's one of the big keys for his future is being able to have that skill set at that size.
By the way, Knepp and Hope now combined for 21 of the 26 for Barr-Reeve. And that is a potent 1-2 combination at any level of the state.
Yeah, to go back to Bamba's he's a catch and shoot guy, Greg. He's I think more comfortable doing that. It's hard for him sometimes to generate on his own. That one's a little bit further out than probably where he'd like to be. Now you get a chance for a breakout.
Bamba blocked it, then got more than just the ball in the second one. And Hagan Knepp will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you get quick shot, long rebound is just exactly what Barr-Reeve likes. They're hopeful that you'll do that. And you'll see long rebound, great rebound, push ahead, transition. It's how they like to play.
Timeout going to be called by Bloomington South before the free throw. See if it'll be a 30-second timeout or a full timeout. Certainly looks to be a 30-second timeout. Tonight's game presented in part by the Indy Card Exchange, where they are actively buying collections from all eras of sports cards. Follow on Facebook and Instagram or go to IndyCardExchange.com for more information and to see how you can make money off of your collection.
You think they'd be interested in those cards I had as a kid where I drew the mustache on the guys or the
not those,
or the black eye? Or
if
you think there's a market for those?
If you had left those alone. If your mom hadn't thrown those away.
Yeah, that Babe Ruth card.
If you had not put that Mickey Mantle rookie in your bike spokes to hear the cool sound.
That's the other thing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the ones they want.
By the way, I did all that. Just so you know.
I know you will. JR Holmes, 51st year as a high school basketball coach. To put it in perspective, this season he matches Pat Rady for 51 years amongst those that are in the highest reaches of coaching victories in this state in terms of length of tenure.
I just don't think people understand. You are looking at an absolute, and I know we toss the term around loosely, he really is a legend.
Yes.
You're looking, and the other part of it is, as good a guy as you'll ever meet in your life. And I'm happy for him. I know he's battling a knee injury, but I think people need to appreciate if they can, how big an impact he's had on the game of basketball in our state.
Halfway through quarter number 3, Hope going to be called, I believe, for bumping Bamba off the cut.
Yep.
A couple of subs coming in. Kashranik and Ransom return for Bloomington South. We have seen them play 7 tonight for the Panthers.
I think that's about what you're going to see.
They've really kind of played 8 so far this year. And again, not surprising when you have up to 4 players that you thought would be varsity contributors that aren't with you. I think in one of those, unfortunately, their best returning player in Hickman out for the season due to an injury.
Yeah. Things have gone, the things that could go wrong have gone wrong for Coach Holmes.
Bamba up and over Hope. Kurt did just enough to extend those arms. And 2 free throws coming for Joey Bamba.
Tell you what, Joey Bamba has played as hard as he can play, Greg, to get open, and then when he's gotten the ball inside, and he's played as hard as he can play. And you like how he approaches it. And again, you haven't been able to see it right now. He can knock down threes in this anywhere in this building.
He's now 9 of 12 from the free throw line, make it 10 of 13. Again, Bloomington South has not gotten there very often this year, but when they have, they've knocked them down. 76% from the line. And we will see these Barr-Reeve Vikings on Saturday as part of the Forum Tip-Off Classic at Southport Fieldhouse. They will take on fellow Southern Indiana rival North Harrison in that game. And Neff gets the friendliest of bounces from these new home court rims and sticks the triple.
Well, a little down screen at the free throw line, and he gets some space. Just got a sweet-looking release, and got the bounce, got the shooter's bounce in the new building.
By the way, Kurt Hope will battle against Langston Hatton of North Harrison in that game at 6'10". He's going to play at William and Mary next year. His dad, Steve, was a heck of a player at Transylvania as Bamba got that shot to go. He's got 10. Neff has a lane. Couldn't get the pull-up to go, and they're going to get Hope for the foul. And in a limited foul game, that's the first player in any semblance of foul trouble. He's got 3.
Well, it's a good call. I mean, I know he's arguing, and Coach Thompson not happy, but it's a pretty good call. And he's got to be mindful of the fact that when you're the biggest guy out there, you're going to draw attention. And it's best just to, if someone has inside position, give it up.
You're good for a foul once a game if you're 6'8".
There's no question.
Maybe 2.
No, seriously. And I think the officials have done a nice job. We talked about it earlier. I think they've done well. Painful for me to say that, but.
Blackwell.
How about it?
Graber gambled on the opposite shoulder.
Just posting up.
But the other end, Kidwell all alone. Missed it.
Didn't go.
Half of that popped out. No chance for South without Hope, maybe to make a bit of a run here.
Well, I think so. I think the other thing, too, is that, if you can get, some things in a primary break, take advantage of it.
And Bloomington South was sitting on 8 at halftime. They've scored 12 here in the third quarter. But a steal by Graber. And he had 4 of those in the game on Saturday. Couldn't get that to go. Tussle for the loose ball. Touch last by the Panthers.
Yeah, I think, I really do think that Bryson Graber going to his left kind of just wasn't sure he's going to put it on the window with the left hand or with the right hand. You'll see him. There's just a little hesitation. Tries to turn around and go with his right. Big time move that didn't go.
Well, maybe it's this end of the floor.
I think so.
Now we're seeing Barr-Reeve miss some bunnies.
There's a lid on the rim down at this end.
Physicality picking up. Bamba strips the net for a triple.
Did I mention he's a catch-and-shoot guy? I mean, he really is.
He had made 7 threes on the season. That's his first of nights to give him 8.
Well, they're just hanging in there. And one of the things they're doing now is they've ramped up their defensive pressure.
And again, they're doing this without Barr-Reeve's top threat on the floor.
And without Hope, it's not coincidental, Greg, that when he left, shots that had gone, rebounds that had gone for them, they're not going their way. So, things have changed without Kurt Hope in the lineup.
1A number 1 Barr-Reeve. We will see all 4 number 1s in the state this week on ISC. Kidwell has made a 3 for his second consecutive game.
Tommy Kidwell saying, we don't need Kurt Hope right now. I'm here.
And a blocking foul will be called. I want to finish that thought. Tomorrow night we will see 4A number 1 Lawrence North when they play Lawrence Central.
Right.
Then on Saturday at the Forum Tip-Off Classic, in fact, the game after Barr-Reeve, we will see 3A number 1 Silver Creek and 2A number 1 Blackhawk Christian play each other.
Oh, my goodness.
And last year's game was an absolute classic.
Oh, my goodness.
77-75 at Southport Fieldhouse.
So are you going to do 5 games on Saturday
I
yourself?
am. 1 with you. And 4 more without you at Southport Fieldhouse.
That is true. I forgot that little game we have going on.
A little Division I hoops for you and I. Bamba, short corner. He's got 15.
Tell you what, he's not the guy you want to get started. You got to find a way to get a second body on him, especially inside, or deny him if you can.
Bamba had 21 and 8 last time out in South's victory over Bedford North Lawrence. Graber. Little reversal of course there. And he'll get to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
Well, it's a nice job to get inside.
Pastranac the foul.
Been an interesting. We took, kind of think third quarter would be this way. Both teams get that halftime adjustment, come in, start to pick up the pace a little bit.
First miss out of 3 tries for Graber tonight. Vikings now 9 of 14 from the stripe tonight. All 3 of Graber's points have come from the line. Joyce, nice slip for Blackwell. And Blackwell at 5'10 has 2 buckets on the low block. At 1, Knepp in time, but just off target. Not surprised for these 2 teams.
Not at all.
For this game to go to quarter number 4. Hope comes back when we come back for Barr-Reeve. They lead by 6 on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
The new year is almost here, and it's time to count down to a new beginning at Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is Indiana's best higher education value, offering flexibility, career-relevant programs, and thousands of courses, including online options. Complete a degree or certificate and start working right away, or transfer your credentials and credits and save thousands on the cost of a bachelor's degree. Wherever you're headed in 2021, Ivy Tech is the place to start. Classes begin in January. Complete a free application today.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12. You are one of the most disgusting people.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Again, tonight's game presented by the Davies County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Thank you for supporting local businesses and helping this community maintain its resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic. Shopping and buying local is a great way to support the community and Chamber members. Stay safe, be well, buy local. Thank you, Joe Morris. Great to see Gary Isa, former UND Greyhound, who part of the football staff for Joe at Washington High School, here at tonight's game as well. 33-27. Barr-Reeve briefly had a double-digit lead. Lincoln South pulled it back. Hope has returned. Kastranik on the basket cut. Just couldn't hang on to it.
Right idea. Just as you point out, couldn't handle the pass. Good idea. It's a tough matchup, obviously, for Kastranik.
And think about this, Bob. Again, you rarely say this at the 1A level. The point guard for Barr-Reeve, 6'3".
Right. Well, I mean, again, that's why, and it's not just a 6'3" as a point guard. It's the fact that he can pass. You screen in for him. He can post up.
He can set a nice back pick for
Design
Hope
play.
to free him up. Hope stumbled, couldn't hang on to it. Did a great job to save it.
He did. And then, you got him back in. You got some time on that third foul. And he's got to be smart, understand, don't pick up your fourth in a silly way. Same play. You screen, you step. There it is.
And that young man in Kidwell's going to earn some more playing time because he keeps knocking down threes.
Well, it's a nicely designed play. You got a back screen. You roll Hope off to the rim. if you give him some space, looks to me like Tommy Kidwell can knock down a shot from the top of the key.
Barr-Reeve was 6 of 24 from three-point range against Reve. Haven't hit as many, have not shot near as many in tonight's contest.
Well, Bloomington South going to run, multiple players off stagger screens on the baseline, trying to get you to mismatch or not step out and cover somebody.
Bamba, tough drive, and
how about him?
Just went up and got it.
Yeah.
I think that was the intentional miss to go get it.
You know what? You just play. I love how he plays.
Yep.
He plays hard. He's a competitor, and I love the stroke. Oh, my goodness.
He had 19 against Milan a week ago. This is the small school legends portion of the Bloomington South schedule. Getting Milan and Barr-Reeve on back-to-back Tuesdays.
Why not?
Milan was a late add to the schedule for
Again,
Bloomington South.
I think people, Greg, this is going to be how it will be in the year.
Unique opponents.
Unique opponents announced hours before the game is going to be part of it too.
So hope to shoot one plus the bonus. That foul on Ransom is his first.
See, that's the issue for Bloomington South right now. Barr-Reeve bonus with 6 minutes to go in the ball game, and you're down. It even complicates things more for you. You're in a situation now, I know you've got 5.5 left, but if you're Bloomington South, you got to start making some moves to the rim like this. You got to go, kick out, take your chances. Oh, I love Peck. Look at him.
And Joyce gets his second bucket.
Patrick Joyce just continues to, you think about the play before the end of the quarter. You think about that play. He does those little things you want someone to do. That's a big play.
And a timeout going to be taken by Josh Thompson. And Barr-Reeve, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
I was saying, you Bloomington South, you're going to reverse the ball and all that. That's all well and good, but you're down 7. Now you're down 5. You got to get some things going to the rim.
Tonight's game presented in part by the Indiana Donor Network. Sign up today and you can help save lives in the future. Being an organ and tissue donor can save up to 8 lives and heal as many as 75 others. Find out more at Driven, the number 2, savelives.org. That sounds familiar to you?
It does, and we're thankful that they are also sponsors of the insanely popular Jack and Grand Bob show and the legendary Indiana Sports Talk. So I know Driven, the number 2, savelives.org. I know that. Know that well, and we are more than thankful, most appreciative that they're part of the things that we do.
Both teams have 3 remaining timeouts. They have used their full complement of 30-second timeouts at this juncture of the game.
They're going to need them because, Greg, this thing's going down to the end.
Do you expect anything different?
Nothing really. I expect, Barr-Reeve to continue to look for ways to get the ball into Kurt Hope as much as they can.
And a rare turnover by Barr-Reeve.
But I think you're going to see Bloomington South start to go more to the rim, off the pass, off the dribble, and you've got to find Joey Bamba as much as you can. As I say that, who goes to the rim? Maddox Blackwell off the bounce.
The senior's got 9.
But you know what's going to go on. You know they're going to start to pick up the pace and go to the rim on you.
It is a 1-possession game. That's going to be a hand check foul.
A little bit late, but the right call.
Yep. And Graber will shoot 1 plus the bonus.
And it's that fine line, Greg, when you're taking the ball to the rim, being under control. We want you to attack, but we want you to be under control. And I'm telling you right now, Maddox Blackwell attacked and finished it off. Nobody stepped out to stop him.
Graber now 4 of 5 from the line. Saw Neil Coyle, longtime assistant JR Holmes, is out there with him.
Yeah.
Outstanding. He tormented my alma mater when his days at West Washington High School. And went on to play at the University of Southern Indiana.
He had a great career at Southern. He really did. Good defensive way to step out on him.
Tough shot.
Made it tough. Really did. Hagen-Epp did a nice job to try to deny, stayed right with him, got a hand in his face.
Back to a two-possession game as we hit the 4-minute mark. Left to go on this one.
Nice defense by Blackwell again on the handoff. Nice cut. Little backdoor. Well executed. Great patience. Great execution.
$14 for Hope. And he and Knepp have combined for 26 of the Barr-Reeve 39. Blackwell from the elbow. Good shot that wouldn't go. Obviously, those shots have been falling more often in the second half.
Right. Not a bad look. You do a little three-man weave out front, kind of create some confusion and get a space.
Graber, probably a wise idea to turn that one down.
Listen,
he made one earlier.
But still, time and score, Greg. Great decision. Thinking time and score.
These kids from Barr-Reeve just so rarely make a fundamental mistake.
Well, and again, it's good decision again.
And the fans appreciating the effort. And if you're Barr-Reeve, now you're doing what Bloomington South did to start the game. Just keep running your offense. They force you otherwise.
But you still want to be mindful you're going to the rim. There you go, back cut on the baseline. Got everything you wanted except the basket.
And a timeout going to be taken by Bloomington South. It is a full timeout. We will step aside with it. 2:26 left to play in this one. Vikings lead by 6. You're watching on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! Back at the Viking Arena. First varsity boys basketball game in this gym. I know the Barr-Reeve Lady Vikings played against Crawford County here last night. Volleyball, of course, has been playing here throughout the course of the season. And as we mentioned, won a 2A state championship, the first in program history. They were playing up a class. They'll bump up another class next year. Will Lambert, of course, his team. And again, is this the usual crowd? No. But a good amount of folks have made their way here tonight. See their Vikings take on the lone unbeaten team in the state of Indiana at the conclusion of last season in Barr-Reeve. They're in Bloomington South. Vikings lead by 6. Doesn't have to be 3, but it's got to be points for Bloomington South. But they'll take a 3, and halfway down and popped out. And it was last touch by South. By the way, Connor Coyne is in for the first time for Bloomington South, a 6'4 senior. And now full court man pickup for South.
Patrick Joyce had a great look on the penetrating pitch. I mean, didn't stay.
Bloomington South ran their offense.
Exactly what you wanted.
Executed it perfectly.
Got what you wanted, just didn't go.
Graber, the dish for Hope. Can't finish it. And Coyne snags the rebound.
I tell you what, Graber just does a great job to post and then the spin move and the great delivery.
.90 seconds left to go. Now Peck from 15. No. And all of a sudden that lid has formed again on the basket.
Yeah.
Coyne going to be called for the foul. He may not like the call, but frankly, it's the best thing he could have done.
No, yeah.
Hope the free throw line for 1 plus the bonus.
Exactly right. You know, Bloomington South now, last couple times down, has had good looks, decent looks at it. didn't go. And you're in that situation where you're going to have to maybe play the foul game, but you're offensively, you got to get going to the rim.
Hope with 15. He had 21 and 12 against Reeve. He's going to go play for Scotty Davenport at Bellarmine next year. The members of the Atlantic Sun Conference. 1 for 2 for Hope. And Peck got fouled, but Barr-Reeve's got a couple to give.
Right.
Love the sportsmanship. Peck was helped up by a pair of Viking players. Just the 5th team foul.
But still, if you're Coach Thompson, you don't like the foul. Because you just slide your feet, no need to foul in a position where he can't score.
Less than a minute to go. 3-possession game. Joyce got fouled by Graber again. That's a good foul. It prevents a layup.
You know, it is a good foul. But again, you just like how Patrick Joyce on the pass, the catch, goes to the rim.
JR Holmes instructing from the sidelines, as he has done for 5 decades. You can go to the back to get that. Didn't need to.
There you go.
Peck from the elbow.
Problem has been that everything that's off the rim is going into the hands of number 42.
And now the game of keep away continues.
Yeah.
And Bloomington South has to foul. Blackwell gives it there. And Graber now will shoot 2 on the double bonus. And next up for Bloomington South, they will take on a Southport team that we will then see on Saturday.
Right.
Playing in their own event, the Forum Tip-Off Classic the next day. Barr-Reeve will play at the University of Southern Indiana at their beautiful new arena on Friday night. When they take on Southridge, then they will make the trip to Southport, where they will play at 5 o'clock against North Harrison. So Barr-Reeve fans, the same place you saw this game, you can see their game on Saturday on the ISC Sports Network. Graber missed 1, missed 2. Still a chance for South. They've been stuck on 33 for a while. That is still the case. That'll be Barr-Reeve basketball. Again, for Bloomington South, the hope is Trevor Taylor, transfer from Edgewood, can return maybe as soon as Friday. And they're hoping to get a little more size in their lineup as they get closer to Christmas. Again, unfortunately, Hickman's not going to return this year. But they do have some help that's on the way.
Well, they've done what they can do.
Yep.
I think is the easiest way to say
The
it. Not surprising. They played hard. They've had opportunities. The nemesis is going to be making shots. And it clearly was a problem for them, especially late in this game.
One of my favorite basketball phrases belongs to Brad Stevens. The game rewards toughness. Bloomington South will get rewarded. This is a tough bunch.
Yeah, and we came in and said it at the top of the game. The tougher team's going to win the ball game. And I think that, Barr-Reeve was tough when they needed to be. I mean, they really were in that second and third quarter, played awfully well.
The biggest gripe that Josh Thompson may have this evening, free throw shooting.
I don't think there's any question.
Peck got fouled and given the bucket.
How about it? He's also not going to be happy about a play like that where you leave Peck unattended and then you foul him. You're in a situation where now you turn it into, it could be a 4-point ball game when you didn't need to. So you're going to get fouled immediately and you haven't made free throws.
Graber, keep away to Hope, and Hope gets fouled. So Kurt Hope to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Kostronic commits the foul with 6.5 seconds left to go. So Hope tonight from the free throw line. 6 of 8, make it 7 of 10. I hear JR pointing out that tonight's game's on television. Hope his kids have a chance to watch. They both live away from the Bloomington area. His son John is on the staff at Elon University. 5-point game, 5 seconds left to go. Peck missed the lay-in, and that is the end of the game. Bloomington South battled, but Barr-Reeve was the better team this evening. Number 1 in 1A goes to 2-0, and they're 1-0 now in this building all time. 41-36 Vikings win. Back to wrap it up next, including our good hands of the game after this on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
The new year is almost here, and it's time to count down to a new beginning at Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is Indiana's best higher education value, offering flexibility, career-relevant programs, and thousands of courses, including online options. Complete a degree or certificate and start working right away, or transfer your credentials and credits and save thousands on the cost of a bachelor's degree. Wherever you're headed in 2021, Ivy Tech is the place to start. Classes begin in January. Complete a free application today.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
Back for the final time, the folks from Barr-Reeve hope to hang a 5th banner on that side of the wall this year. To do so, that would take place in March, and obviously we are just getting started with this season. Greg Rakestraw, Bob Lovell, we are absolutely thrilled that we got to come down here. We've been hoping to this game really since March, when we knew that Bloomington South was going to be the opening opponent for Barr-Reeve in this gymnasium. Obviously, a lot has happened in those last 9 months, but here we are, December the 8th, and we're playing basketball in Montgomery, Indiana. 41-36, Barr-Reeve gets the victory. Coach, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, I thought it was the kind of game you'd see in December under the circumstances with COVID, with Barr-Reeve not having this is their 2nd game, and certainly under the circumstances that Bloomington South is in with their limited roster because of certain circumstances. Kind of thought it's what you would get. We knew it was going to be a game of tempo, and it was. It was very well played, I think, from that regard, and I think both teams learned a lot of things tonight. I think Barr-Reeve understands how to play at half court, understands how to handle tempo, how to play through it and be patient. I think JR with his guys learning who can do things, when and where. You'll love how hard they competed. I know he's really proud of how hard they played. Obviously not how well they played, but shoot the basketball is going to be a work in progress for them. But I think you gain a lot of things, and it's always great to be a part of history, Greg, to know that we were in this building when they played their first ball game in this building, and to be able to take part in that is an honor for both of us.
Time now for our good hands of the game, and thank you to our brand new sponsor on ISC, Ryan Owens of Allstate Insurance. Ryan played a big part, of course, in the Sneakers for Santa shootout on Saturday at Brownsburg. And how about the good hands of Kurt Hope on the flush, the first dunk in the building in a competitive game. Basketball fans, do business with a basketball guy. Ryan's from this area, played for the Princeton Tigers before he then played for the University of Southern Indiana. Again, 2 locations for Ryan in Indianapolis to better serve you. You're always in good hands with Ryan Owens at Allstate. Call today, 317-865-3000. Thank you so much. One more time, Travis Madison, Aaron Ash, Jeff Doyle, Josh Thompson. Guys, thank you so much for having us down, and hopefully we'll be here sooner rather than later. We will see the Vikings on Saturday at Southport Fieldhouse when they take on North Harrison, and we're going to see a lot of JR Holmes and his team during the course of the season as well. For Bob Lovell and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Southwest Indiana. Barr-Reeve wins at 41-36 on Comcast 81 and the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Oh, baby! That got me awake.
The worm has turned in Logansport.
Look at that play.
The lob underneath, that is. You don't get any picture perfect more than that.
That young man will be glad that our cameras were here for tonight's contest. Welcome to the all-new Viking Arena, Montgomery, Indiana, Barr-Reeve High School. The number one team in 1A plays the lone team that finished last year undefeated, the Panthers of Bloomington High School South. Thanks for joining us on ISC and Comcast 81. We are thrilled to be in Daviess County tonight, and we are courtside for the first boys varsity basketball game in this building. Alongside Bob Lovell, Greg Rakestraw with you. Thank you so much for joining us. And, Coach, your thoughts for this one tips off?
Well, it's great to be part of history, don't you think? I mean, give that some thought. Two story programs. The coach with the most wins in the history of our state, and one of the up-and-coming coaches, one of the best young coaches in the state. And two teams that can play some basketball, Greg.
It's a Barr-Reeve team that is 1-0. They played their season opener against Vincennes-Reveille on Saturday, winning that one 75-26. Bloomington South lost their opener 2 Albany, 61-36 in a game that was a three-point game late in the third quarter. They have since bounced back to beat Milan and Bedford North Lawrence leading into this one. This is one of 4 4A games that Barr-Reeve will play this year. Bamba really is the lone rotational player back from Bloomington South, takes and misses an early three for the Panthers.
And clearly Bamba is going to be the go-to guy for Bloomington South. The two contrasting styles, Greg, offensively, you're going to see tonight.
And the 1A team has the size advantage, as evidenced by Hagen Knepp getting the opening bucket of the game. He's 6'3", but the star post for Barr-Reeve, going to play at Bellarmine University next year, is Kurt Hope, wearing number 42.
And he is a player who creates so many problems for you. He can step out, knock down three, he can score inside, he can rebound. And he is the hardest working kid they have. There's no question.
Bamba, baseline shot, gets the friendly roll. Joey averaging nearly 18 points a game. The 6'4 senior ties us at 2.
Well, you're going to see pressure from Bloomington South all night long. I mean, that's one thing that they're doing well. I know Coach Holmes is impressed with how hard they defend. You know, with the size disadvantage, you got to speed it up a little bit.
Spot up three by Miller does not go. The rebound controlled by Patrick Joyce. This is a Bloomington South team playing without some key pieces. It is a small lineup for JR Holmes. One player in the starting five taller than 6 feet.
Yeah, and again, you know, you're looking at Joey Bamba kind of carry the load. This is a typical JR Holmes team. They'll run a lot of different sets, try and get some action to get Bamba early in the possession, and if after that, they're going to settle in and run some continuity action.
Connor Hickman is out for the season for Bloomington South. Shoulder injury, unfortunately. Young man's going to play at Bradley University next year. He and Bamba really were the two returning pieces. Trevor Taylor transfer from Edgewood. They hope to have him on Friday night. Bloomington South plays Southport. There's a couple of bigs they're hoping to get around Christmas time. So this may not be how this group looks once you get to January.
Well, it is a work in progress, but again, you know, they're going to get there. They got the best coach, one of the best coaches ever in our state. You see the 1-4, they'll run a lot of sets out of the 1-4 high, and they're going to take their time and not rush to get a shot.
It is worth pointing out, as that's a turnover against Bloomington South, it's the 4A team that wants to play at a more deliberate tempo than the 1A team tonight.
It is interesting because absolutely Barr-Reeve wants to be in a much quicker tempo.
So a 30-second timeout is taken by Bloomington South. Let's thank our presenting sponsor for tonight's telecast. That is the Daviess County Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Local small business is the backbone of the Daviess County economy. Buying local and supporting local small businesses positively impacts our community. Thanks to all who support the Daviess County Chamber members. You make Daviess County a great place to live, work, shop, eat, and buy. Keep buying local in Daviess County. All right, early timeout from JR there. What was he trying to get across to his guys?
I think he's trying to get his guys just to slow down just a little bit. You don't want to be the classic play fast but under control, and then really kind of relax a little bit. You're going to get great pressure at the half court. So set screens, give them time. Don't get in such a big hurry.
Almost it is a steal. Sam Kostronic just checked in and got the turnover. First committed by Barr-Reeve.
Good timeout. You come out of a timeout and you force a turnover. That's what you like. And again, you're in 1-4. Different look out of a 1-4.